afternoon, everybody. The Fantasy of Flight Museum in Polk City is making final preparations for the arrival of living legends tomorrow. As part of their commemorative events for National Black History Month, they host members of the famous Tuskegee Airmen. In the 1940s, they became our nation's first African-American aviators in the armed forces. And last year, we had the honor of hosting Mr. Daniel Keel here at ABC Action News. He shared with our employees his memories of life in a segregated military. You could hear a pin drop in the room. His stories are just fascinating. And we are so excited to have Mr. Keel back in our station again this year. Thank you so much for coming.
My pleasure.
And also joining Mr. Keel is Peg O'Keefe, who is with the Fantasy of Flight Museum. And on behalf of the entire community, we want to thank you for everything that you do to bring these wonderful living legends to our community and share their stories. It's such a learning opportunity for our students, our kids.
Well, the privilege is entirely ours. We are so happy to be able to do this. And then selfishly as well, get to spend time with genuine living legends.
Absolutely. Daniel, you talked about arriving at that Texas Army base for bombardier training and having quite a welcome reception from that lieutenant colonel in charge. What did he say? Do you still remember?
Well, the moment we got off the train, an officer walked up to us and he told us that he was Lieutenant Colonel Phelps. He was the deputy commander of Midland Army Air Base, and that he, Lieutenant Colonel Phelps, was born in Texas. He was raised in Texas and expected to die in Texas. And if we Negroes didn't know our place while we were in his state of Texas, he spelled it out for us. 1, we could not eat in the officers' mess. 2, we were not allowed in the officers' club. 3, if we went to the theater, we couldn't sit in the officers' section. And 4, if we went to town, we had to ride the back of the bus.
He also told you, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this in terms of advancing in your career. And what did you do in return?
Well, he tried to have me, believe it or not, he tried to have me court-martialed twice while I was trying to become a pilot. He tried to have me sent overseas on some unforsaken island once, and he tried to have me thrown out of pilot training at least 2 or 3 times. But fortunate enough, we had people who were in our corner that prevailed, and that kept us from being, at least me, from being thrown out of pilot training. There were approximately 30 of us in my group, and after he tried to have us court-martial the first time and failed, he told us he would get even with us. It was the last thing he ever did. And of the 30 of us, he got even with 27 of us. I was one of the fortunate ones that he wasn't able to get even with.
Peg, these stories are just so amazing. How many former Tuskegee Airmen do you hope to have?
Well, we will have a total of 4 this weekend. They won't be here all at the same time, and so we'll have a total of 4 who have a whole range of stories, and all remarkable stories about tremendous heroes who fought for our country and also with our country to be able to make the important changes. And it's so important, I think, for particularly young people to hear this account of what really happened.
Well, thank you so much for coming. Thank you again. Here's some information on your screen to make it really easy for you. The Tuskegee Airmen will be visiting the Fantasy of Flight Museum starting tomorrow through Saturday. For detailed information, visit their website at fantasyofflight.com. Thanks for watching, everybody.